In this video, we're going to be looking into the bevel filter. In order to apply the bevel filter while the object is selected inside the layout, you go to modeling. There are multiple ways of applying the bevel filter. So one of them is going to be that you're going to be going to the modeling, and on your left hand side you would see this bevel over here. It will give you a handle which you can hold and move in order to apply that filter. That's one of the easiest ways to apply the filter. And while this is selected, what you can do here is like you can go to this bevel filter and it's gonna give you more options, and we're gonna be going through these options in a second. Let's just go back here on the layout. So you just notice that every single vertex and um, every single vertex and the face and no, not the faces, sorry, every single vertex and the edge, and it got like the bevel filter was applied to it. But let's say if I just click the object, go to the modeling, right, and then like kind of deselect it and try to while I am in the selection filter, I start picking up where this bevel filter should apply. So while those are selected, I go to the bevel filter again and try to tweak it. So you would notice that the other ones are not getting affected, and the only points, the vertices which are getting affected are the ones which I selected. I don't want that right now. So again, layout, I'm gonna select everything, go to the modeling, everything, go to the modeling, and A in order to say that I have selected everything. Uh, okay, and then we can apply the bevel filter. While we are in the bevel filter, right? Oops, A again, and we're applying the bevel filter here, right? So there are multiple things here. First is the offset. If you drag it, let me just zoom in. Right, so the offset, right, the offset is where it, like you can bring it down or up, and it will decide how much you want to apply this filter, or what's the offset for that, right? This is the zero offset here. You can do it by depth, width, depth, and percentage. You can also apply the bevel filter only on the vertex only. So now you would notice that it is applying on the vertices only and trying to keep the sides, the edges as is. There is another thing called segment, right? You can increase the segments. So let's just go back. Yeah, and again in the modeling, I have the bevel filter, and I started applying that, and I want to increase the segments here. So you would see that it's gonna make the filtering more smooth, because now it has many of the segments, and if you keep doing that, it's gonna start becoming more smooth. And we have the profile. Again, the profile is gonna decide how how sharp and you want to do it. Like it's gonna, like if you have it as one, it's almost gonna look like we didn't apply any bevel filter. And if you have zero, it's gonna be like kind of going inwards. So around about at 0.5, that was the default one, I guess. Right. Okay, then we have the material. We're gonna be going through that too. The other way of applying the bevel filter is if you go to the modifiers and say add modifier and then go add bevel. So it's gonna apply the bevel filter again. You can change the offset here, and you can say only vertices. All of these things are gonna work, and while you are in the layout workspace, you don't even have to go to the modeling one. Okay, and then there are segments in order to make it more smooth. Okay, profile is gonna be doing kind of very similar thing. One is gonna be not putting any bevel filter. Zero would be like even going inward instead of like uh, outward. The material, we can set different materials here. So in order to have the materials, before actually going into the how you would make use of material, you need to go to the material. For that we'll go here and add the materials. So for that you would say, okay, I want to add two materials. For the first one I will say new, and let's call it like the material uh, orange. For the second one we will say material red. Okay, now when you go back to your filter here and say that show me the material 2, and while you are in the render preview, you need to be in the render preview, and so we are in the render preview here, and we want to increase the offset while our material, oops, so we didn't change the colors, right? So the material orange, I need to change the base color to orange. Okay, and I'm gonna change the material red base color to red, and then I'm gonna go to the modifier here and change the material to 1. It's gonna make it orange, and the second one is gonna make it red. So these are the things which you can do with the bevel filter. Thanks for watching.